Greetings for the day. Welcome to another session of soft computing. My name is Mohammad Rahmat Ali. Today, in today's session, we are going to study about the different types of neural networks and how neural networks are being implemented on the conventional computing and others. So, before going into the topic, let me revise what we have studied in the previous session. In the previous session, we have seen the introduction of the what do you mean by neural network and what are the basics with reference to neural networks. Now, what actually is a neural network? Neural network is a type of network which is been interconnected in such a way wherein the decisions are being taken based on the previous experiences, based on the previous outputs, and based on the previous recommended things on that particular system. It means a neural network learns with reference to time. It takes decisions based on the time phrase or the time stamp that it has taken. Now, with reference to normal computing and with reference to the neural network computing, what are the major difference? So here the question is, do neural network differ from conventional computing? Now, what actually it says, to better understand artificial neural net or artificial neural computing, it is important to know first how a conventional series computer and its software process information. Now, how, like, see, if at all there is an application in which you want to process a particular task, for instance, you want like an operation to be performed on a particular task. You want the output of two numbers. The two numbers are 2 plus 2. The output is 4. The output is 4. What is the output of 1 plus 3? The output is 4. What is the output of 4 plus 0? The output is 4. In all of the cases, the output is been given as 4. If at all this was normal computational thing or a conventional computing, there the output will be shown and it will be erased. But with reference to artificial neural network, it will learn things that if this amount of things are being given as an input, the output remains the same. This is the output. And for this particular output, these are the possible incomes that will come as an input. So this is the thing that is being said over here. So what it says, to better understand artificial neural computing, it is important to know first how a conventional series or conventional serial computer and its software process information. The second point is, a serial computer has a central processor that can address an array of memory location where data and instructions are stored. Now what is the third point? Computations are made based computations are made by the processor reading an instruction as well as any data the instruction requires from memory addresses. The instruction is then executed and the results are saved in a specified memory location as required. Now, what it further says, in a serial system and standard parallel one as well, the computational steps are deterministic, sequential and logical, and the state of a given variable can be tracked from one or more operation to another or from one operation to another. In this sense, the input that you are giving is for a temporary base. In conventional system or in conventional computing, you give an input, it processes it and it gives you an output. But in the modern day things, we want that the computer should also learn what we are giving as an input to the computer or to the system, so that whenever we are giving this particular input, it should preoccupiedly understand what the output can be and how the output will be. Now moving forward, it says, in comparison, artificial neural networks are not sequential or necessarily deterministic. Why? Because it is unpredictable, in the sense we will be predicting the outputs for possible outcomes. For an instance, if I tell you, tell me what is the output for 4, what are the possible conditions by which we can get the output as 4. the output of 4, the output as 4 can be in different ways. 5 minus 1, or 6 minus 2, 4 plus 0, or 3 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 1 plus 3, 3 plus 1. There can be a number of possibilities. So that possible conditions are being known with reference to artificial neural networks. The, the what do you call as the most type of things, or the most input that we'll be getting for this particular output is being done with reference to artificial neural networks. Now, the second point, there are no complex central processes. Rather, there are many simple ones which generally do nothing more than take and weighted sum of their inputs from other processes. The third point, artificial neural network do not execute programmed instructions. They respond in parallel, either stimulated or actual, to the pattern of input presented to it. The next point, there are also no separate memory addressing for storing data. Instead, information is contained in overall activation state of the network. That only the reason it is artificial neural network. Not because it is not deterministic, like it is not no, like it doesn't have a particular path to be followed. It doesn't have a particular sequence to be followed. It takes a decision based on the input that is being done and how the training is being given to that particular model, so that that particular condition or that particular situation can give possible things that can happen. The last point is, knowledge is thus represented by the network itself, which is quite literally more than the sum of its individual components. Now, moving forward, what is the architecture of neural network? Now, what are the things, like what are the architectural things with reference to neural network? The first one is the input nodes or input layer. What it says, no computation is done here with this layer. They just pass the information to the next layer, hidden layer most of the time. A block of node is called as a layer. Now, what do you mean by this hidden nodes or hidden layer? In hidden layers is where intermediate processing or computation is done. They perform computation and then transfer the weights, signal or information from the input layer to the following layer, another hidden layer to the output layer. Now, what it says further, now what are the output nodes? Output nodes or output layer. Here we finally use an activation function that maps the desired output format. Example, softmax or for classification. This is a small example. Now, the next point is connection and weights. The network consists of connection, each connection transferring the output of a neuron I to the input of neuron J. In this sense, I is precedent of J and J is a successor of I. Each connection is assigned as a weight of Wij. Now, moving forward, it says activation function. What do you mean by this activation function? The activation function of a node defines the output of that node given an input or a set of input. A standard computer chip circuit can be seen as a digital network of activation function that can be on, which is indicated as 1, or off, which is indicated as 0, depending on inputs. This is similar to the behavior of linear perceptor in neural networks. However, it is non-linear activation function that allows such network to compute non-trivial problem using only a small number of nodes. In artificial neural networks, this function is also called as transfer function. So, this is with reference to the activation function. The next one is the learning rule. Now, what this learning rule is, The learning rule is a rule or an algorithm which modifies the parameter of the neural network in order for a given input to the network to produce a favored output. To produce a favored output, this learning process typically amounts to modifying the weights and thresholds. Modifying the weights and thresholds. Both the things that we have said and spoke about, these all things comes under all the different architecture things, with reference to input layer, with reference to output layer, with reference to the hidden input layer, with reference to the activation function, or also called as transfer function, and with reference to the learning rule that is being there. Now, this is the history of a neural network. This is very important with reference to your examination point of view, and also with reference to the further studies that we are doing is totally based on these particular things, like with reference to the history of neural networks, how it was being there, and how it proceeded further with reference to time to time. You can see the picture. In this picture, everything has been depicted that how things will work. Moving forward, what it says in 1943, Warren McCulloch and Walter Pitts laid the first brick in the foundation of an advanced feature of artificial neural network. Now, Warren and Pitts developed a mathematical mode of an artificial neural network using threshold logic to mimic how a neuron works in a human brain. Thereafter, Frank created a perceptron model which was first of its kind to perform pattern recognition. In 1958, but Marvin and Perpet found multiple problems with perceptron model, which were later solved by Paul in 1975 using back propagation. Between 2009 and 2012, recurrent neural networks and deep feed-forward neural networks were created by Jurgen Research Group, which won 8 international competitions in pattern recognition and machine learning. This was a quite description that was being depicted over here. The pictorial form of things is being written in theoretical format over here. This was the history of neural networks. Now, artificial neural networks in the present. Now, what is the importance of artificial neural networks in the present time? If at all, if you see, in day-to-day time, we are mostly getting dependent on machines. We are getting mostly dependent on machines. Everything that we do is based on machinery work. There is no physical type of a thing that is being done over here. There are robotics arms that are performing our tasks, and there are robotics who are serving us in a better way so that our present can be more better than the past. Now, what it says over here, artificial neural networks are advancing exponentially, and the future of artificial neural network has only become brighter with augmented reality, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and big data. Now, see, you are seeing different terminologies over here with reference to augmented reality, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and big data. Computer science engineering is very vast, and every other subjects get connected at one point of time wherein you want to make a correlation of things. Now, with reference to big data, why a neural network is being needed? Why, with reference to machine learning and artificial intelligence, neural network is being required? The reason is that in modern day things, everything is based on assumptions. Everything is based on assumptions. For instance, if I ask you how many videos are being uploaded on YouTube for every 1 minute, in previous times it was very less, but as of now, every minute there is 90 minutes of video that is being uploaded on YouTube. Every minute, I'm telling you, every minute 90 minutes of video is being uploaded on YouTube. This is data. Now, how will you recognize these patterns? What is the content that is been uploaded in that particular video or audio? And what is the type of content that is been uploaded? To monitor all these things, it segregates the things with the help of neural networks. Neural networks will know what type of content is being uploaded, what are the things that is being uploaded. If at all, if you see the YouTube things, if at all, if you upload a video, in the video it will take one frame and that will be displayed on your YouTube front page. I don't know what it is called, but that is being displayed on the YouTube, and that particular slide that is being uploaded or that is being presented on the video is done with reference to the neural networks. How it knows that that particular place is a place wherein that video clip is there. So this is all with reference to your neural networks, and also with reference to different things in analyzing the things, like when, like with reference to your you remember some of the lyrics of a song, but you doesn't know the name of that song. How that neural network will retrieve that information and will get back to you. So this is how things are being done, and this is the way how neural networks are being combined with different technologies, and how artificial intelligence is taking this world. Artificial intelligence is the implementation of neural networks. A combination of neural networks is artificial intelligence. If at all, if you are having a good neural network, then that system is being considered as a good artificial intelligence system. Now moving forward, combining artificial neural network with other technologies have made the network more useful for various different applications. One of the application of artificial neural network is chatbots. Okay, now moving forward, now the future of artificial neural network, it is being continued over here. It says government and private organizations have realized the true potential of the future of artificial neural networks. All major organizations have increased their funding in artificial intelligence, neural networks and machine learning to facilitate more research and development. Most researchers are working explicitly to create more advanced artificial intelligence systems that can adapt to new data like human brain does. Neural networks and machine learning possesses the ability to learn from large data sets, which are beneficial to create a machine that can think and work like humans. Like, for instance, I'll give you a small example. I hope you fill up, like you on daily basis you fill one or another Google form, either for the college or registering for the courses or for any of the certification. When you fill that information is being processed to the end user, who is the owner of the data or owner of that company. He will process the data in terms of how many applications have been received, how many people are interested in that particular topic, and how many people want to kickstart this project as of now. Or I can give you another example. When we started the club's activities, we posted a message how many people are interested in this particular club, that particular club, and both of the clubs. So you have selected some of the options. From those options, we have analyzed and we have realized that the student want this course as prayer, this course as second priority, this course as third priority, and this is the course which has got least priority. So we have planned accordingly based on the votes. Now we as a human being has analyzed and visualized those particular things. So we humans want this task also to be done by a computer, also by a machine, which can take decision based on the input that you have been given. If at all, the number of votes for artificial intelligence course is getting increased, so the first code that will be displayed to you on the screen will be artificial intelligence. These all things, like in modern day, these all things the human wants to get automated. On just a click of a button or on the tip of your finger, everything is to be set and everything can be done all by computer. This training of the things and this managing of things is done with reference to artificial intelligence and with reference to the neural networks. Now, moving forward, when artificial neural networks are clubbed with artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, and big data, multiple possibilities can be explored in various sectors. With reference to IoT, Internet of Things, and big data, these things are occupying most of the market now. As of like, if at all, if you have observed on TV ads, you can switch on and switch off your bulb fan anywhere across the globe with the connection of an internet. How these things is managed, and how, if at all, if you see a motion sensor camera, if at all there is a motion in the things, then only that camera will capture that particular image. How this has been done? This is all done with reference to artificial neural network, or with reference to artificial intelligence. Now, combining all these things with different things, this can explore new possibilities. In various sectors. Combining all of these things can make a new sector of learning. If at all, if you remember, I'll tell you just for an information, there are only three branches is when considered as engineering. Only there are three branches of engineering. The first one is civil, the second one is mechanical, and the third one is electrical. All of the other branches are the hybrid of these three branches. If at all, if you see computer science, electronics and computer science are the branches of electrical engineering. What are the things that we are studying are the part of electrical engineering. How? Because how computer works, how electronic devices work, all are based on electrical things. So, just to give you an idea, I told you all these things. Like computer science, electrical, electronics, if at all, if you are combining them and exploring them, then a new branch came into existence as electrical and instrumentation engineering, electronics and instrumentation engineering. So this is how, when the different engineerings are being clubbed together, or when different two topics are being clubbed together, we will explore new branches of science, new branches of engineering, and this is how things will work. Now moving forward, now what are the types of neural networks? What are the different types of neural networks? There are many classes of neural networks, and these classes also have subclasses. Now what is the first one? Feed forward neural network. This is like with reference to types of network. This can be asked in your internal examination as a short answer question, or in your external examination as a short or long answer as question. Okay. Now what is feed forward network? A feed forward neural network is an artificial neural network where connection between the unit do not form a cycle. It does not form a cycle. Cycle in the sense the starting and ending point are the same. In this network, the information moves in only one direction, that is forward, from the input node to the hidden nodes, if any, and to the output node. There are no cycles or loop in this network. There is no cycle or loop in this network. So these type of networks are called as feed forward networks. These type of networks are called as feed forward networks. In the sense, there is only one single line into which an information passes through. We will be giving the instructions, and that particular computer will perform that particular task. That computer will perform that particular task. For an instance, if I tell you, just to have an idea, I'm telling you, you select all of the document, you right click and say copy. You right click and say copy. That thing can be done with the shortcut key as Control C. That can be done with the reference of Control C. This is how there is no loop in this particular thing. There is no loop in this particular thing. This is how the things will work. There are no loops or cycle in this particular network. Now the next one is, or in the type of feed forward network, the first one is single layer perceptron. What do you mean by this? This is simplest feed forward neural network and does not contain any hidden layer, which means it only consists a single layer output nodes. This is said to be single because when we count the layer, we do not include the input layer. The reason for that is because at the input layer, no computation is done. The inputs are fed directly to the output via series of weightages. This is a small simple example with reference to single layer perceptron. Okay, uh, I hope you understood something from today's. We'll continue this in another session in detail form. What are the feed forward network, what are the different types of feed forward network, and what are the model that is been involved in this. If at all if you have any doubt with reference to today's topic, you can email me on my email address ramat_ali2u@radio.com, or you can come down to college for a personal interaction. If at all you have still any doubts, you can email me, or you can directly come to the college. That's all for now. Have a great time, have a great day. See you in the next session. Thank you for joining.